Good morning, Admiral. Yesterday, 24 January 2025, President Trump signed at least 12 more executive orders. Several of these signal monumental shifts in U.S. government policies. First is declassification of records concerning the assassinations of JFK, RFK, and MLK Jr., which gives the Director of National Intelligence 15 days to present a full plan for the release of the final JFK files. It also gives the DNI and the Attorney General 45 days to review all RFK and MLK Jr. records and plan their release. The JFK Records Act of 1992 had decreed the release of JFK files by 2017, but the release of the RFK and Martin Luther King Jr. files is a Trump administration initiative. Analytical comment. If the JFK release in particular is not revelatory, it will indicate a final stage in a cover-up. Otherwise, why were these records suppressed for so many years in, quote, the interest of national security? If the release instead damages national institutions such as the FBI and the CIA and the two political parties, the resultant seismic shift may mean a fracture to the, in particular, GOP and Democratic parties and give rise to an American First Party, America First Party, with Donald J. Trump, the Revelator, as founder and leader. Third possible scenario would be that evidence of the guilt of JFK's murder is laid at the feet of the Soviet Union and Castro's Cuba, with the U.S. cover-up excused with the goal of avoiding World War III. Apparently, we will find out which of these three scenarios is the case in February. Equally earth-shaking is removing barriers to American leadership in artificial intelligence, which revokes President Biden's EO on the subject, Executive Order 14110, which stressed safety. Trump's new executive order de-emphasizes safety in favor of American dominance of this strategically vital technology. The EO tasks the Assistant to the President for Science and Technology, Michael Kratsios, and others to develop a plan to achieve such dominance. That plan is due in 180 days. Another executive order, the first 100 hours, historic action to kick off America's golden age, announces that President Trump, quote, secured $500 billion in private sector investment for the largest artificial intelligence infrastructure project in history, which refers to Project Stargate, a venture led by OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, Oracle co-founder Larry Ellison, and SoftBank CEO Masayoshi Son. Analytical comment. This shift away from safety towards rapid development of AGI and super AGI may in fact mean that the advent of such a world-changing technology, known popularly as the singularity, will happen on U.S. soil and at American initiative. Like the invention of the atomic bomb, however, the singularity may proliferate beyond U.S. control, especially if the AGI or super AGI wants to proliferate. This is a trend that we all will monitor. A related EO indicates a massive change in fiscal and financial policy and governance. President's Council on Advisors on Science and Technology and Strengthening American Leadership in Digital Financial Technology, two EOs, deregulate cryptocurrencies and blockchain networks. It bans the creation of a central bank digital currency, a CBDC, shifting the center of mass away from the government and the government/banking cartel that we know as the Federal Reserve System. It frees private financial institutions such as banks and investment firms to create and manage their own forms of cryptocurrencies. A task force headed by the President's Special Advisor for Artificial Intelligence and Crypto, David Sachs, with drafting a new federal regulatory framework for cryptocurrency. Analytical comment: this policy shift may reduce the roles of the Securities and Exchange Commission and Treasury, as well as the Federal Reserve System. Deregulation of the industry may lead to even poorer oversight and more fraud, money laundering, and potentially financial instability. A tectonic shift in the U.S. financial system may also trigger a day of reckoning on the gross national debt, which is now currently at $36.17 trillion. Leviticus 25, 8-13 is all about Jubilee relief of debts every 49 years. It's worth a read. We will monitor this trend. It is unclear whether the crypto czar, David Sachs, has divested himself of his crypto holdings, nor how many millions or billions of current US dollars his holdings are worth. We do know that the Trump family has launched their own meme coins, such as Trump coin and the Melania coin. So we don't know yet how much the Trump organization or the Trump family holds in total cryptocurrencies, such as Bitcoin or Solana, a coin that Sachs has made over $1 billion in investment, according to TradingView, an industry newsletter. In the past 2 weeks, Solana crypto coin has climbed from $182 a coin to $259 per coin. $259 per coin in 2 weeks. Finally, in 2 other executive orders, President Trump pardoned 2 District of Columbia policemen, Andrew Zabowski and Terrence Sutton. In 2020, these 2 officers engaged in a high-speed chase of a man riding a moped without a helmet. At the end of the chase, another motorist struck and killed the man on the moped. These 2 officers turned off their body cams, drove their patrol car over the scene of the accident, allowed the other motorist, the one who had struck and killed the moped rider, allowed him to depart the scene within 20 minutes, and these officers failed to make the appropriate reports to their superiors, the major crash unit, or internal affairs. This, according to the United States Attorney's Office for the District of Columbia. Analytical comment: future pardons for such questionable deaths should be monitored, especially if there is an uptick in extrajudicial deaths in the United States. In that case, this executive order could be an impeachable offense for failure to live up to the oath of office to ensure that the laws are faithfully executed. Article 2, Section 3, United States Constitution. This concludes my brief. Are there any questions?